Attention please. I'll be explaining and discussing the questions given on a letter to God meant for CBSE class 10th. As a matter of fact, question number 1, what is typical about Lenko and his living? It is typical that Lenko lives a lonely life. Of course, with his family members. He lives on the crest of a low hill. There is no locality. Nobody else lives about the place. He lives a pure and natural life. He is a farmer, a peasant. He is an ox of a man. It is typical he lives a lonely life, a natural life. Question number 2. Through the morning, Lenko did nothing else but see the northeast sky. Why? Lenko did nothing else but see the northeast sky because he's too worried about a downpour or a shower. It had not rained for a long time. He had his corn growing in his cornfield. His cornfield badly needed a downpour or a shower. Since he got too much worried that morning, he did nothing else but see the northeast sky to feel if any black cloud appeared, informing a shower. Number 3. Lenko's wife replied, "Yes, God willing." What does this indicate? Lenko's wife's assertion indicates that she is a God-loving woman. She has faith in God, as Lenko has. She simply asserts her husband's foretelling or prediction or hope. Number 4. Lenko went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. What does this indicate? This indicates that Lenko is overwhelmed with joy, having got a heavy downpour. Throughout the morning, he had vainly waited for a shower. Since it rained, he went into the rain to have a cold feeling of or cold touch of the drops of rain. Number 5. Because the hailstorm. Why is the sentence left incomplete? The sentence is left incomplete to express Lenko's over spurious sad emotion. He couldn't that much have the courage to fill up the sentence or complete the sentence. He left it for God to infer. Number 6. Lenko put the name on the envelope to God and mentioned no other information. Do you think Lenko has ever before corresponded with God? It's clear Lenko has it in mind. God lives somewhere in flesh and blood. It's clear Lenko has a tremendous faith in God, for He will help Lenko at his crisis. But Lenko has never corresponded with God since he has an incomplete local address. If he had ever corresponded, he would not have any reply at all, since that letter mustn't have reached God. It was his over emotionality that has made him make the address incomplete. Number 7. Did Lenko lodge a complaint to God that the post office employees had taken away 30 pesos? The answer to this question is a mixed one. In the first place, he begs for 30 pesos to God with the feeling that God has sent him 100 pesos, keeping up his request for the same amount. Since the things God has sent, he makes a complaint in the name of the post office employees. This is a plea before God that the post office, that God has sent him 100 pesos, but the post office employees have cheated him with 30 pesos. Number 8. As Lenko had sent a sealed letter to God, so must he have received a sealed letter. Yes. Then why did he suspect the post office employees? He suspected the post office employees because of his baseless and blind faith in God. There was only one thought in his mind: God would send him 100 pesos. As he received a reply, he was of the same opinion: God must have sent him 100 pesos. He didn't see whether the envelope was a sealed one or a torn one. He was quite blind to it. He was quite novice about it. That's why he suspected. On the other hand, he was introvert and self-centered. He thought of that 100 pesos and God's help to him. He never thought of anything else. That's why he suspected. Number 9. By what other means did Lenko want 30 pesos from God? Lenko wanted 30 pesos from God, not through the post office, but directly. By directly, it is meant God will either come in person to his door or send a messenger to him. Thereby, Lenko will receive the rest 30 pesos. Whom do you support? Lenko with his solitary life and fate, or the postmaster vainly trying to face people like Lenko? It is quite untoward to think of Lenko as a man to be followed, as a man to be followed, as an instance to be followed. But the postmaster, as the protagonist, the postmaster is a practical man, a man of feeling, a man of activity. He is to be followed. We must see to the way that the postmaster has resorted to. It is not, or a life should not be Lenko-like, but should be the postmaster-like. This is all about the explanations to the questions. I hope this explanation will help the learners write up the answers in the best way.